Joining us now on the Michael Brooks Show is William Shoki. He joins us from South Africa. He is a writer for Africa is a Country, which is an excellent site that everybody should be reading. William, thank you so much for doing this. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks, Michael. Thank you very much for having me on the show. I'm a big fan, and it's an honor to be here today.
Oh, well, the feeling is really mutual from reading your work, and so it's a great honor to have you. You wrote this brilliant piece in Africa as a Country, which maybe we'll put up on screen, called The Class Character of Police Violence. The police violence and murder of Black people in the United States has provoked anger, outrage, and protests around the world, including on the continent. But why is there so little outrage over police violence in African countries? Now, what I would like you to do is start by talking about specifically South Africa. You know, I noticed that President Cyril Ramaphosa, former President Thabo Mbeki, who are both, you know, in addition to being South African leaders, are, you know, icons of the freedom struggle in South Africa. They had some very inspiring and encouraging words about the uprisings that we're seeing in the United States and the Black Lives Matter movement. And, you know, one part of me, there's really nothing I like more than that kind of grounded, real internationalism. I loved seeing Jerry Adams, you know, on Falls Road, you know, taking, having, you know, the new mural of George Floyd and saying Black Lives Matter. On the other hand, it's very important that we actually achieve these things, and we do understand the kind of broader dynamics. So can you just tell us, like, I mean, South Africa was liberated in, you know, basically in a process, I guess, between 1993 and 1994, and South Africa and the ANC has governed it since 1994, has governed South Africa. What is the state of policing in South Africa today? And what does it tell us about not only race in policing, but capital in policing?
That's a very good question, and I'll do my best to try and answer it comprehensively. So the state of policing in South Africa at the moment is one where it exists as a body of brutal repression. So the everyday experience of working class South Africans who, till this day, are still geospatially located in informal settlements or townships, slums, or as many people around the rest of the world know them. The experience of these working class South Africans is one in which the police don't really exist as a service to protect their interests and to try and achieve safety for them, but rather as this disciplining force that tries to contain the discontent, which is always brewing in these conditions, because a lot of South Africans live in conditions of extreme poverty, joblessness, and hopelessness. So that's what the South African police force exists to do. And you can't understand South Africa's police force as it exists today separate from its political economy. So South Africa, in spite of achieving democracy in 1994, is still a highly unequal society, and that inequality follows a racial pattern. But the promises of the National Liberation Movement, which was led by the ANC, originally was to provide a period of socio-economic transformation. But in the 26 years since it's come into power, it's abysmally failed in providing for that. And it has largely remained committed to a path of neoliberal growth and development. And these neoliberal growth and development goals and sort of the fundamental character of the economy makes it such that the police has to exist as this force which tries to ward off against the adverse consequences of this unstable growth path, which means accumulation and growth for a select few and widespread poverty and dispossession and anguish for the majority of South Africans.
You just watched a Michael Brooks Show video. Subscribe to get them all. Why wouldn't you? Don't be foolish. Click subscribe below and become a patron as well. Patreon.com/TMBS. Thanks, everybody.